Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello. Hello there, everyone. On behalf of all of us here at Jersey's Trampoline Lift Adventures, welcome to the channel. And this is day 0, the pre-travel day. And you may be thinking, where are we going? Well, just you wait until we get closer and closer to the place we are heading to today. It's going to be a very, very exciting trip. And I cannot wait to share everything with you all. So we're here at the moment at Jersey's Trampoline Lift Adventures HQ. And so we're just getting prepared, ready for the big event today. So are we going to have some fun? Yes. Anywho's, let's do this. Okay then, just now I'm going to do my outfit review of the day. So I've got my tracksuit trousers on. Paired up with this tracksuit top from JD Sports. I've also got this t-shirt. I think it's from either River Island or JD. And I've got my Apple Watch on. And of course got these neck socks on. So we're going to be heading out in a moment. And this is going to be the best trip of all time. So I hope you enjoy. Okay then, guys. So we've just left Jersey's Trampoline Lift Adventures HQ, and the holiday has just now officially started. Well, you probably know, where are we going? Well, I will tell you as we get closer to the place where we will be heading for. And of course, this will include some old narration where we went back in June, but it's just a showcase to the place where we are going. So we're just at the top of the Thorns Road on the number 7 route, which is the Dudley to Wollaston Junction, operated by NX from Pensneck Garage, previously at Wolverhampton Garage when it interworked with the 82, from Dudley to Wolverhampton through Bilston. And it was a Pensneck route before, because obviously the 7 was started with Pensneck from the days when it was the 247, 248 and the 276. And so here we go. We're now on our way to towards so we're heading towards the Merry Hill Shopping Centre. So we're just heading towards the Merry Hill Shopping Centre right now. And I just hope you enjoy the trip. So there's the Merry Hill Shopping Centre down there. So we'll be filming as far as the junction point for Lodge Farm, and then I will see you when we get towards Dudley Way, because we're going in the direction via the town centre of Dudley. And then I'd see you once we've gone past through Wednesbury. And that is where we'll be jumping onto the motorway. So we're going on to the M6 at Wednesbury, so that I will be filming past the M6 just as far as Hilton Park services, because obviously we're going in the northbound direction of the M6, because that's going to take us to somewhere rather special. And you'll have to guess where we're heading for, because I know it's going to be an exciting one. It's been on the cards for a while. We thought, are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? And obviously, all of us here at Jersey's Trampoline Lift Adventures, we were so nervous, thinking that we would never make this trip. But obviously, it's happening. So here we are at the Lodge Farm Junction. Okay, we're just going down Burntree Island Way now. There's the Village Hotel. So this corridor is served by the 87, the 74 and the 126 services that go from Dudley to Birmingham. And over there was the Superior Hotel, which was previously known as the Quality Inn as well. And so we're just now waiting at traffic lights over at Burntree Island. So you got the 74 that goes from Dudley to Birmingham through West Brom, the 87 from Dudley to Birmingham via Oldbury and the City Hospital, and of course you've got the 126 that goes down the Wolverhampton Road and then goes under the M5 motorway towards Bearwood, bypassing the old Flavours restaurant. So we're also going past the Tesco Extra here at Burntree Island, the Tesco Extra supermarket. and it's really nice. And over there's the Toby Carvery, and we're just now on our way to get in the lane because we're going to head now down towards Dudley Port, which will then take us into Great Bridge. So here we go, just waiting here. Alright, we're now in Great Bridge. So we're now in Great Bridge, just close to West Bromwich, and Great Bridge is home to the Great Bridge Retail Park, which is on the right hand side, which has a KFC, a McDonald's, and of course there's the Poundland, which used to be known as the JJB Sports. There's also a B&M, which used to be a Pound Stretcher and an in-store, and of course there's Boots, and of course the Asda Supercentre, which used to be known as the Asda Walmart Supercentre. So anyway, here we go. We are now on our way up towards Wednesbury, and so we're heading towards Wednesbury now. And Wednesbury is home to the iconic Wednesbury Windmill. So you've got the Wednesbury Windmill, which is just after Wednesbury Church, and the weather's very clear today, and of course, as you probably know, the weather's going to get even warmer to the place where we're heading for. And can you guess where that place is? Well, as soon as we come to the place where we're going to head to, I will tell you where we will be going, because it's a very, very, very exciting time for us here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, and so it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm very, very excited. I'm super excited too. So as you know, we've been up to date with a lot of exciting videos, and so we've had a few weeks break because obviously because of this big event that's happening. It's really, really exciting. I'm looking forward to this trip, big time of my life, and obviously after like all the years of not going there, I do, obviously it can be nerve-wracking, but obviously we're up for the challenge. So anyway, here we are at Wednesbury area, and this is served by the 11 and the 11A services from Dudley, and they go into the centre of Walsall, and stopping outside the Sadler's Shopping Centre on Bradford Place. And Bradford Place is located in the heart of Walsall. That is like the outside bus station, and then the main bus station is the St Paul's bus station, where you got all the city routes like the X51, the 99, the 900 series, and of course the Brown Hills corridor, and also the Wolverhampton stuff as well. And so anyway, here we are at Wednesbury. So there's Mecca Bingo right there. There's Mecca Bingo. So we're now here at Wednesbury, and just in front is Wednesbury bus station. And of course there are two tram stops here. You've got Wednesbury Parkway, and of course you've got Wednesbury Great Western Street. And the tram is going to be extended to Dudley. But like I say, I will keep you up to date if there's any changes happening with the tram system here on the channel, Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So here we are at Wednesbury, one of the busiest routes that serves Wednesbury. Not only the 11 and the 11A, you've got the 79 that goes from West Bromwich to Wolverhampton. It is one of the busiest routes. There used to be a second Wolverhampton service that used to serve Wednesbury called the 22 via Tipton. Then it got shortened into a circular around Tipton in 2019, but at the end of 2022, due to the low patronage on the route over the years before, they stopped operating the service. So that means you have to use alternative routes to reach your destination. So the 22 is now finished completely. And the 22 was operated by IGO, and Diamond did it for the emergency tender because IGO went into administration. And so the windmill is up there somewhere. So the windmill, unless they might have demolished it, I'm not 100% sure. But obviously it might be just beyond the trees. But anyway, here we go. And there's the 47 on the... So anyway, there's an NXWM, a Volvo B70L with a right Gemini body, working the 47 into the centre of Wednesbury. And NX are getting rid of most of the Geminis, and as always I'll keep up to date with the fleet that's happening. And the 47 is operated from West Bromwich garage. So there are different choices of routes to West Brom from Wednesbury. You've got the 47, the 40, the 79, and then of course you've got the Diamond services, 64s and the 41A. And the 41A goes via Friar Park. So here we go. There's one of the biggest parks here in Wednesbury. So we're heading down the Wood Green now, and this is taking us in the direction towards where we're going to jump onto the M6. It's going to take us to the place that we know and love. And can you guess? But once we see the sign as we approach the area Stafford, because we've got to go via Stafford Way, I'll tell you where we're going. But obviously the place we'll be going to in the area will be revealed as we get closer and closer. And I'll remember to give you my clue. I'll give you some good clues. And so here we go. We're now over at the so we're just approaching the M6 nearly. So we're just now approaching the M6. Okay, here we are. We are now on the M6 motorway. So due to poor quality, we had to just skip getting on the M6. So we're on our way to the northwest now, because we're heading in the northern direction. And the place we're going to. So here is a few banters. So, are we going to Wolverhampton? No. Are we going to Willenhall? No. Are we going to Walsall? No. Are we going to Bilston? No. That's not a chance. But are we going to Boundary Mills? No. We're not going to Boundary Mills, but we're going upwards. So we're going to Telford? No. Are we going to Shrewsbury? No. Are we going to Ironbridge? No. Are we going to the MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet in Cannock? No. But obviously, in the teaser, there is designer outlets at the place where we're going to. And there is also a McDonald's, Primark, Foot Locker, IKEA, and JD Sports. But obviously, you'll have to guess where that place is. Oh, it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm looking forward to it now. So this is the moment of a lifetime as we go all the way from the West Midlands up towards the northwest of England. So we're going, anyway, are we going to Cannock? No. Are we going to Hollybush Garden Centres? We bring the garden straight to you. No. Are we going to Cannock Chase War Museum? No. Are we going to Rugeley? No. Are we going to Uttoxeter? No. Are we going to Alton Towers? No. But obviously the place we're going to does have a handful of theme parks, and obviously you're going to guess where that is. I'm not going to give you the names until we get closer into our destination. So anyway, here's a few more clues. Are we going to Stoke-on-Trent? No. Are we going to Waterworld? Waterworld, the water park? No. But we're going to a place that does also have water parks, and obviously you'll have to, can you guess where that is? But however, all to be revealed when we get into our destination. And are we going to Blackpool Pleasure Beach? No, that's too far. Are we going to Liverpool? No, still too far. Southport? No, still too far. But we're going somewhere that is closer, and it is one of my favourite places of all time. and I'm so close with that place. It's my #1 favourite, and of course we're also going to go to the best place in the whole of the area. So anyway, here we are approaching the M54 for North and Mid Wales, Telford, Wolverhampton and Shrewsbury on the A5. And are we going to Cosford Air Museum? No, but obviously an airfield. Well, we'll be heading for an airfield, but can you guess what sort of airfield that'll be? Well, just you wait, because we're going to go to an airfield, but it is somewhere my #1 favourite, and I will give you the clues as we get closer and closer. And so anyway, here we are approaching the M54, the starting point at Essington, which is on the Chase Rider 71 service from Wolverhampton to Cannock that was previously operated on behalf of Select. And of course Hilton Park services in 1 mile. And if you watch Auto Shenanigans, you should check out their channel on YouTube. So here we are, this is the M54. So if you want to see the full video heading up towards the northwest, click the link to watch that version, as this is split into different segments. But just continue to enjoy the fun. Okay, we're just now approaching junction 11 of the M6 over at Cannock, the A460, and this is where the 70 route crosses, which is run on behalf of Chase Rider. And of course you've got the 67 that also comes through here, run by Select. And Chase Rider used to be known as Arriva Cannock, and Chase Rider is under partnership with D&G Bus and Centre Bus. And D&G are a very good company, and of course we might see a handful of D&G stuff at the place where we're heading for, but obviously can you still guess where it is? And also this is where junction T8 of the M6 toll's located. And been to Cannock before multiple times. Sadly we couldn't do it this year because obviously we were a lot busy, but hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything goes according to plan, we might do it sometime before Christmas or possibly in the new year. But obviously I will keep you up to date for the latest updated info on what is happening on this YouTube channel, Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. And so shout out to all my lovely subscribers. Hope you're going to enjoy all the fun videos I'm going to be uploading, and I'm sure you're going to laugh at some of them, even if I include the torches on and etc., because I will be doing some lifts at the place where we're going to, which is actually referred to as something else. Over there, down there is Brinsford, so Brinsford's down there, which is actually the government territory on the 67. Obviously I'm not allowed to say the proper name, but obviously it's government. And over that way is the hills of the Pie Green, which is on the 25 and 26 routes that run from Cannock, circular routes. And Cannock has become extremely popular since the arrival of the MacArthur Glen. So junction 12 is next for the A5 down to Telford, and of course that is where the X14, the Chase Rider service, used to come along. If you remember that route, lasting from 2021 up until 2022. It was a shame that that route had to stop running, because even if it got subsidised it would have still carried on running, but obviously all good things must come to an end, and they do. And so anyway, there's a wind turbine in front. Just look how massive those wind turbines look. Obviously that one's not turned on because obviously the wind has dropped. So we're now on our way to the destination. So we'll stop for a moment and then we'll resume at Penkridge. So we will be resuming at Penkridge. Okay, here we are. We're just now approaching Penkridge and the Argos Distribution Centre. And Penkridge is actually named after the River Penk, which is built on a ridge, and that is served by the Select Bus services 875 from Stafford to Cannock, and of course the recent 876 from Stafford to Wolverhampton. Because as you know, the 876 has replaced certain journeys on the 878, because the 878 is now a college service, and of course the 877 just goes between Stafford and the villages. And down there is the Argos distribution centre, and of course the West Coast Main Line from London to Glasgow via Birmingham and Wolverhampton. And of course we'll be crossing the number 5 route from Stafford over to Telford, which is the only Arriva service that serves the county town of Staffordshire. And the 5 is operated from Telford, because obviously Arriva used to operate the local services in Stafford when it was under Cannock, except the 6 to Rickerscote, which became the 875A with Select. So obviously Telford used to do a local service in Stafford called the 6 to Rickerscote, then it was given to Cannock, then Chase Rider had it, then they suspended it, renumbered it to the 875A back in 2021 with Select, and now that route has stopped running. So just behind the trees is the Moss Pit Estate and the Highfields, and the Highfields is over that. So the Highfields is behind those trees, and that is on the 9s and the 7, operated on behalf of Select. Previously Arriva Cannock, and of course if you remembered, it was under Arriva Stafford. If you remembered, Arriva used to have a garage in Stafford, and we're just now coming towards Doxy Way now, and there's a block of flats which is one of the lonely ones, a bit like Butterfield Court in Dudley, but we're now far away from Dudley now. We're now heading up towards Doxy, and of course the National Grid will be round here, known as the Doxy Arthur Pylons or the Stafford Arthur Pylons, which I actually made a nickname about it called Pafford Stylons. And here they are, just coming up now. They've actually trimmed the trees here a couple of few years ago maybe, but obviously just dropped the camera, because obviously they trimmed the trees downwards, which is good, so you get a clear good view. So here's the pylons here at Stafford. So this is here's the pylons here at Stafford. So here we go, we're just heading up the M6 towards our destination, and you'll probably guess where that's going to be. Well, wait and see. Just got a good picture, and just behind those trees is Stafford Castle, which is the iconic castle in Stafford. It's actually ruined. It's actually a ruined castle, and was ruined by Oliver Cromwell during the English Civil War, because there's quite a few good there's quite a few good interesting things about there's such a good points of interest about castles, especially with the ruined castles like at Corfe, Bridgnorth, all sorts of places. So I had a bit of a niche in castles, especially the ruined castle. So we're on our way. Oh, that's a bit of a hard jolt. So we're coming up to Stafford North now, and Stafford North is also the junction for Eccleshall or Eccleshall, and of course there was a 14 service from Stafford up to Stoke-on-Trent, Hanley, and of course you got Stone as well. So this is J14, and so I'll see you after Stafford services once we've gone over the West Coast Main Line. And the trains that run on this part of the line is Arriva Cross Country, London North Western, and of course Avanti West Coast. London North Western used to be known as London Midland, and before it was Silverlink or Central Trains. And of course Avanti, well, you'll probably guess, it was Virgin Trains. And Virgin Trains have been the king of the West Coast Main Line for many, many years, but obviously got no sign of any train coming, because obviously it's really hard to find what time the next train is, especially with the timetables. So here we go. Now we're at Stafford North. Okay, just now approaching Stafford services. Now with Stafford services, it's actually run by two separate companies. The southbound side of Stafford is operated by Road Chef, while the northbound is operated by Moto. And it's a bit like with Sedgemoor services, because you've got Road Chef on the southbound and Welcome Break on the northbound. And so anyway, here we go. We're now heading up towards Stoke-on-Trent now, so we're now in the Stoke-on-Trent direction. So here's some information on junctions. J16 has a 14-minute wait, but obviously let's hope it doesn't ruin where we're going, because obviously there'll be some signs in a minute and you'll probably be guess where we're going to. And as soon as we see the sign, I can reveal where we're heading for. And so here we go. Now heading all the way up towards the north. And of course, just gone on the railway track is a Riva cross country 221 or 220 Voyager, possibly heading in the direction from parts of the north down towards maybe Bournemouth or in Dorset, or possibly down to Paynton in Devon. So here we go, now on our way towards our destination. As you know, the weather is warm, but obviously, as you know, autumn is now here, so winter season will soon be here. So that means the weather's going to start changing from this lovely clement weather to dull. But obviously, that's the way things go, I'm afraid. But the place we're going to is going to be full of it. So it's going to be full of it when we get to the place where we're going to, and I'll let you know where that place will be as soon as we get closer to our destination. So anyway, here's some pylons here. So we're now in Stoke-on-Trent, so we've just left the West Midlands, so we're now nearly going to come to the end of the Midlands area and head towards the northwest, Lancashire. And so we'll be at Lancashire. So Stoke-on-Trent, you got the city centre in Hanley, where I went in 2019 with Bus Enthusiast 2023. Went round Hanley city centre, and also spotting all the lovely buses operated on behalf of D&G, First Bus, of course a Riva operator service from Stoke-on-Trent in Hanley down to Market Drayton and on to Shrewsbury, and that's the 64 route. It used to be known as the 164 between Hanley and Market Drayton, and the 64 route between Market Drayton and Shrewsbury, but then they merged it into one route. And so here we go. We're now on our way towards. So here we go. We're now on our way towards Stoke Way, and also Stoke-on-Trent is home to an indoor shopping centre called Stoke Talk. Well, the area's called Talk, but obviously it's an outlet shopping centre. And of course, you do have the main high street brands as well as the iconic designer stuff. So just drop the camera. So here we go. So the weather is very, very nice today. It's very bright. So no chance of rain, which is great, because obviously when we go up north it always gets miserable when we go up north. But obviously on this occasion today, it's a very, very, very clear day today, and it's going to be very nice when we get to our destination. And so we're just coming along. So here are some signs coming up for the indication for changing the lanes, and then of course this is filmed up until Kiel services. So sign here for Derby. Of course you can get off here for Derby, but obviously it's junction 50. Yeah, you can get off here for Derby, and Derby's in the East Midlands, and Derby is home to Trent Barton buses. It's the territory of Trent Barton. The West Midlands is the territory of Diamond and National Express. And speaking of Diamond, we will potentially see some Diamond buses when we get up to the northwest. And you'll probably guess where that place is. That's right, Manchester. Yes, we're going to Manchester, but we're going somewhere very, very, very special in Manchester. And can you guess what that is? So anyway, you've got Trentham Gardens up here and also the Monkey Forest. So Monkey Forest is up here, Trentham Gardens. So we are going somewhere special in Manchester. Of course, we did it this year, but obviously we're actually going to do the actual thing. And can you guess what the actual thing's going to be this time around? Well, I can tell you. But as we get closer, once we've gone up towards, as we get closer and closer, I'll let you know what that will be. So anyway, Alton Towers, the Potteries, Trentham Gardens, Wedgwood, and the Bridgemere Garden World. So A500, Stoke-on-Trent, Newcastle, Underlawn, the Northwest, Liverpool and Manchester. And Liverpool is home to the Beatles, the rock band, and of course Liverpool's Albert Dock, where this morning was first broadcasted from, before they moved down to London. And Liverpool, I've been to Liverpool in the past, especially seen all the Beatles, all like statues around the Cavern clubs, and so we're now heading. And anyway, we're at traffic, and you probably guess what it's like. Traffic can be a bit of a nightmare up here, especially on the M6, heading up towards where we're going. So I will stop for a moment and then see you after Kiel. Alright then, here we are. This is Kiel Services. And of course, you've got the bridge link that connects from both the northbound to the southbound side, and that also has the restaurants on top, which includes KFC and Burger King. And to access those floors is via stairs and an escalator, but the escalator is just on the southbound side. And of course, you've got stairs that takes you up and down, so you've got the staircase as well. Because majority of the services on this direction do have a bridge link to gain access to the other service stations. So anyway, now 40 miles away to Manchester, and so we've got only 40 miles to go, and so here we are now over at Kiel, and also by a place called Madeley. Not Madeley in Telford, there's actually a Madeley in this part of the region. So here we are. We are now on our way towards. So here we are. This is the M6. So I will see you as we get close to Knutsford, because we'll be filming next at Knutsford. Alright then guys, here we are, we're on the M56 and this is day 0, the pre-travel day, and you can probably guess where that means we're off to. That's right, this was throwback to last year's trip to Orlando in Florida. And so we're just soon approaching Manchester's International Airport. So there's the air traffic control tower over at Manchester Airport. And so the airline we were flying with from Manchester over to Orlando was, of course, Virgin Atlantic. We always go with Virgin Atlantic to Orlando. However, there are other choices of airlines to fly with to Orlando, which includes Aer Lingus. But the only difference is Aer Lingus, they do fly out of Terminal 2 in Manchester, but it's just like going into Orlando, where you fly into a separate terminal, which is Terminal C, which is the modern terminal, which doesn't have the same experience like what Terminal B includes. And I will explain more on that on another video very soon, so just enjoy this video as we go all the way towards Orlando. So this is day 0, so this is the day where we were dropping off the luggage at Manchester Airport and then going to the Trafford Centre. So sorry if this is on mute, but just enjoy the view. We're just going across the covered walkway now, and here's the sign, Terminal 2, where Virgin have their presence. So we're coming into the check-in hall. So let's go through the doors. And here we are in the terminal. Okay, here we are inside the check-in area for Terminal 2. It's very nice, bright and modern compared to the original one. As you can see, there's the check-in desks for Qatar Airways. And just over there is security. And that's where we'll be tomorrow. Okay, here we are inside the check-in area for T2. Jet 2. Just trying to drop the camera because I don't want to get caught. Down there's arrivals. These are the escalators to arrivals. To the ground floor. Very nice modern check-in desks here at T2. Okay then, these are the lifts at T2 West, multi-storey car park, Manchester Airport, Terminal 2. And these are Jet 2s. These are so huge. Oh, it's this one. And capacity 2,000 kilograms, 26 persons, built in 2018. 0. Here we go, going down now, down to level 0. Next stop, floor 0. Here we go. Wow, look at that, that's amazing. Here we are, ground floor, and that's it. Right then, we have just dropped off the luggage at the check-in desk here at T2 at Manchester Airport, and as you know, the check-in area looks very nice and very modern compared to the original one, which is now being developed, and by the time that is done next year, it will be a very warm welcome to Manchester, because obviously it definitely needs to be a very warm welcome. So anyway, here we are coming out of the check-in deck, out of the T2 West multi-storey car park. Of course, we've used multi-storey car parks at Manchester before, because we used to use Terminal 1 where we used to park on level 9. And we used the little one on the other side at the eastern half, which was always on car park C. So we're just now going to head out of the terminal. So there's the terminal building. That's the bit that opened in 2019. And wow, this is a very, very warm welcome here to Manchester. And I'll show you more of the airport tomorrow when it's the day of our flight. So we just
at the first exit.
So we're gonna head now towards Chester, Warrington, and then turn right. Gonna turn right, and we're gonna head for the M60, the orbital motorway around Manchester. It is also one of the busiest. And so anyway, we're just going over the red lines, the rumble strips. And wow, that was amazing. So we did twilight check-in with Virgin Atlantic, and the process was was normal there, and there was no issue.
Turn left and then left.
There was no issues with the check-in procedure. Everything was normal. So we're just now going to follow the signs towards the exit from the airport. So there's Jet Parks 1. That's one of the car parks here at the airport, and obviously you always get a token when you come to certain car parks. And there's a B network bus. Now, as you know, Manchester buses are all owned by the public now, because it's all under the B network, the famous Manchester B. So we're now going to get into the right lane in a moment to head towards the M56 and then proceed on to the M60. So we can't wait for the flight tomorrow to Orlando with Virgin Atlantic. We got the window seat, which is great, and obviously with the return flight we're not sure if the window seat will be available to us, but obviously I will keep you all up to date for what will happen. However, I've got my original 2018 return flight footage which I can add on with the iconic
Now
747.
turn left and then left.
So we've got to turn left and then left, and so here we go.
Now turn left.
So here we go, we've got to turn left. So there's Kingsley Hall.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
Oh, and that was a bit of a braking position there. So I will see you on the M60. Right, we've just left the airport and we're now heading on to the orbital motorway, the M60.
Who's got more wallet, you have?
And
I know she might check his head.
yeah, and it's a bit of gossiping. So anyway, we're now on our way to the Trafford Centre now, which is the best popular shopping centre on the outskirts of Manchester. It's the out of town shopping centre because the main shopping centre in Manchester is in the heart of the city centre called the Arndale Centre. But we're going to the Trafford Centre and we're staying overnight at the western end of the Trafford Centre at the Premier Inn, formerly known as the Tulip Inn, and we stayed there multiple times, even when
In 1 mile, keep right.
when we did our city breaks here in Manchester, and now we're doing it before the flight tomorrow because we're flying tomorrow, and we got the window seat. It's the A330 aircraft, but like as always, I will keep you up to date with the aircraft on tomorrow's flight, and so it's going to be good when we fly out of Manchester tomorrow all the way to Orlando. So there's the pylons right there. So this is amazing that we're now heading towards so we're now heading all the way towards the Trafford Centre. So we're going to the Trafford Centre, the best popular shopping centre. It's a shopping centre like no other type of shopping
Now
centre.
keep right.
It's like a shopping centre of discovery. Yeah, so we're going to the shopping centre of discovery, the Trafford Centre, which has the domes as well. So we're looking forward to being there. And so we're staying at the Premier Inn. So it's not that far
For the
away.
next 2 miles, keep straight on this road.
So we're just going to keep straight on the road now. There's a footbridge right there. And and regards to Florida, what we're going to do in Florida. So we're going to go to the water parks such as Volcano Bay, Aquatica. We're going to the theme park, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Universal Studios and Universal's Islands Adventure. But sadly we're not doing Disney this time around, but we are going to the Disney Springs shopping village, which is closer to where we're staying at the Sheraton Vistana at Lake Bella Vista. And however, we were going to think of doing Blizzard Beach, but obviously Blizzard Beach is usually closed for an annual refurbishment.
In 2 miles, leave
But as
the motorway
always,
to the
I'll
left.
still keep you up to date on what is happening around the Orlando area. So this is going to be very, very exciting. We were in Manchester 2 years ago when we did the Alton Towers trip, and then we went along those country lanes through Macclesfield and up into the centre of Manchester, well, to the Trafford Centre, and then we went to the airport next day to watch the planes on the runway park. And tomorrow we're doing the real thing. Yes, we're going to the airport to get on a plane to Orlando. And so we'll be doing the meet and greet car park tomorrow at Manchester. So here we go along the M60, and this is going to take us towards the Trafford Centre. And as you know, you might expect the fun part, and the fun part is traffic. Traffic. As you know, this is a busy motorway, so you've got to always allow extra time for your journey, just in case these motorways get gridlocked. So here we are. So I'll see you as we get closer to the Trafford Centre. Oh, right then, here we
We
are.
don't usually come off the motorway.
No,
here.
I know.
Well,
We usually come up by the what's it?
the retail park. Well,
Yeah.
so anyway, here we are at the Trafford Centre. So there's the tall tower at Barton Square, and over there is the main shopping centre with the main dome. So we're going to take the next exit here, and of course you've got the tram line that's now serving the shopping centre, and of course you've got a Tim Hortons, you've got an Asda here as well. You've got Asda, Costco, B&Q. There's a retail park on the other side. Of course the Asda has a McDonald's within it. You've got a Selfridges here, you've got Primark over at Barton Square, you even got Marks and Spencer's in the space what used to be Debenhams. Next, John Lewis and Partners, and of course there's a JD Sports. And I'm looking forward to being here. This is one of my favourite shopping centres. So here's Premier Inn, Trafford South, but we've got to go round the next bend to Trafford West, because we're at Trafford Centre West, where we've always been when we've been on our city breaks in Manchester. And so it's just like a short walk across the street. So there's the Trafford Centre West Hotel. So this is the West Park. This is the western part of the Trafford Centre complex. So that's Trafford South. So there's Trafford South, and there's the signage here. So at Bridgewater Circle. So I'm so happy we're here in Manchester. Obviously, it's been a couple of like challenging and all. Here's some B network buses here as well, because obviously, as I said earlier, Manchester is under the B network now because it's all publicly owned. But however, some of the Arriva services are not. However, some services are not under the B network because some are provided by Arriva, and there is still a few old Arriva Commanders left over here. And there's like Arriva Pulsars as well, like what you'll see at Telford Garage for Arriva and Tamworth. So it's nice that they've got some Pulsars around here. So here's there's the Trafford bus station, and and of course you've got Diamond that operate here as well. So you've got Diamond buses, and unfortunately the petrol station, which we normally go to when we visit here, is apparently closed for refurbishment. So hopefully next time we come here it'd be all nice and refreshed. But I don't blame them for having a good refit, because obviously they want to keep up to date with the improvements that goes on here in Manchester and driving net zero carbon emissions. So we're going to get to the exit there. So we're going around the roundabout, so I think we're in the wrong position. So there's this big office type building. So anyway, I think we're going this way. So there's B&Q right there. So we're now, so this is Low Level Bridge Earlham. So you got someone flying there. It's very interesting. So we're going to go Trafford Golf Centre, Premier Inn. Of course, there's an American Golf next door to the Premier Inn, and of course the Chill Factor, which is like the snow dome slide. So here's the sign, and here's the back of the Premier Inn Hotel, Trafford Centre West. Trafford Centre West. So that's the back of the hotel. We've stayed here multiple times. So here we are. Welcome to the Premier Inn, Trafford Centre West, Greater Manchester. Okay then, these are the lifts at the Premier Inn Hotel, Trafford Centre West, Trafford Park, Greater Manchester. And these are Jackson lifts. Capacity 630 kilograms, 8 persons. Modernised 2021, and these were cone monospaces originally. Here we are, floor 3. Let's go back down to 0. Wait for the doors to close. Blessed indicator. So I'm going down. I think these were installed 2000, 2003 when they were monospaces. Going down. Woo! The other one's out of action. So here we are at ground. And that's it. Okay then, this is the other lift at the Premier Inn Hotel, Trafford Park, Trafford Centre West, Greater Manchester. And this used to be a Cone Eco disc and got modernised by Jackson. And here it is, and this one's got the Leicester announcements. It's also got the Leicester indicator. Let's go to 1 and 0.
Please mind the doors. Doors closing.
Capacity 630 kilograms.
Going
8 persons. Modernised 2020.
Ground floor.
Ground floor.
Doors open.
And that's it. Okay then guys, we've just arrived at Premier Inn here at Trafford Park in Greater Manchester, on the western side of the Trafford Centre itself. And it's an amazing hotel. We've been here multiple times before, as I said earlier. So I'm looking forward to it. And we got a flight to get on tomorrow. And of course, the lower level, the reception area, has recently been refurbished. And I applaud the Premier Inn for that, for improving your hotels, making it nice and modern and up to date. So well done, Premier Inn. You've done a fantastic job. So anyway, we're going to settle down and then we'll possibly cross over the road to the Trafford Centre and see what's going on over there. Let's go to one.
Doors closing. Please mind the doors.
All right, these are the lifts at M&S, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park, Greater Manchester. And these are tower lifts. Capacity, 1275 kilograms, 17 persons. Installed 2023.
One.
You're at one.
Doors opening.
Go down to 0. This store here
Doors closing. Please mind the
This
doors.
store here used to be Debenhams and had Otis lifts before. Going down.
Zero.
Nice bell. We're at 0.
Doors opening.
And that's it. Let's go to 1. Alright, these are the lifts at the Orient Food Court, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. And these are Otis 2000 hydraulics with the Drew Square voice. Capacity 1600 kilograms, 21 persons, built in 1997. First floor. And that's it. Okay then, these are the lifts to Odeon Cinema and Laser Quest at the Trafford Centre, Trafford Park, Greater Manchester. And these are also Otis 2000 hydraulics. And the capacity is 1600 kilograms, 21 persons, built in 1998. Second floor, go back down to 1. It's going to be on the side.
Doors opening.
Hello, coming in. You're going down.
Going down.
Going down.
Doors closing. First floor.
Okay, go down to 0. Right, this is the glass lift at the Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. And this is an Otis lift, capacity 1800 kilograms, 24 persons, built in 1998. Here's a G. Here's a G. Send it up to 1. Hello, coming in? Coming in? Anyway, going back up to 1. Wow, this is a very old type of shopping centre. Trafford Centre in Greater Manchester. Here we are at floor 1. The announcements are silent on this lift, and that's it. Talk. Anyway, these are the lifts at Selfridges at the Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. Here it is. These are like brass doors. Go down to ground. And these are cone lifts. Capacity 1250 kilograms, 16 persons, built in 1998. Ground floor. Go back to 1. Go back up to 1. Stand clear of the doors, please. Those were the lifts in the city centre one, but they've been modernised by monospaces. We got floor 1, and that's it. Talk. Anyway, let's go down to ground. Anyway, this is the lift at Zara, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. And this is an Arona lift. Capacity 825 kilograms, 11 persons. Floor 0. We are at 0. Talk, 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 talk. Let's go back up to 1. And there's a mirror. Hello. Here we go. Woo! Floor 1. Wait for the doors to open up. And that's it. Talk, 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 talk. Anyway, this is the lift at H&M, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. And this is a Pickerings. Capacity 630 kilograms, 8 persons. Zero. Talk, talk, talk. I'm going to talk the music out in here. Let's go back to 1. Let's go back to floor 1. I'm talking the music out in here. Talk, 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 talk. I think this lift was originally built as a standard lift before it got modernised by Pickerings. So we're going back up now. So here we are. Going. Here we are, floor 1. Floor 1. And that's it. Anyway, talk, 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 talk. Let's go down to 0 and close the doors. Anyway, these are the lifts to the Trafford Palazzo, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park, Greater Manchester. And these are Schindler lifts. Capacity 1,600 kilograms, 21 persons. Torch is on. We finally got the torch on. Here we are at 0. Let's talk, 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 talk. Talk, talk, talk. I don't want to get copyright in here. Talk, 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 talk. So we're just going back up to 1. Schindler's. And the Trafford Palazzo was formerly known as Barton Square. So we're going up. Schindler's. Here we are, floor 1, and that's it. Anyway, go down to 0. Alright, these are the lifts at Primark, Trafford Palazzo, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester, and these are cone monospaces. Capacity 26 persons, 2,000 kilograms, built in 2019. Floor 0. Back up to 1. Let's go back up to 1 and shut the doors. There, and CCTV cameras up there. Going back up. Woo! Floor 1. And that's it. Talk, 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 talk. Anyway, let's go up to 4 and close the doors. And anyway, these are the lifts, the Trafford Palazzo, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. These are cone monospaces, capacity 21 persons, 1,600 kilograms, built 2019. Here we are at floor 4. Go down to floor 1. Talk, 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 talk. Talk, 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 talk. I've talked that music out in here because obviously, so I'd get copyright for that. Here we are at floor 1. Here we are at 1. Wait for the doors to open. And that's it. Anyway, let's go down to 0. Alright, these are the lifts on the Bridge Link, Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. And these are Otis 2000 hydraulics. Capacity 1,600 kilograms, 21 persons, built in 1997.
Ground floor.
Here we are, ground.
Doors opening.
Drew Scrove voice.
Lift going up. Doors closing.
There are a couple of lifts that are missed, but obviously they're just similar to these ones. You've got a nice Trafford Centre logo there.
First floor.
Here we are, floor 1. And that's it.
Doors open.
Alright then, this is the lift at Boots at the Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. And here it is. Let's go in. Thank you. Go down to 0. There's a Pickering's capacity 1800 kilograms, 24 persons. So I'm just going down. This used to be a shuttle. So just going down. So just ground. Alright then, here are the lifts at the John Lewis and Partners department store at the Trafford Centre, Trafford Park in Greater Manchester. And these lifts are Mitsubishi. Go up to 1, close the doors. Capacity, 21 persons, 1600 kilograms. Wow, these lifts are very fast. First floor, go down to 0.
Going down.
Now, as you know, the Mitsubishi lifts are usually seen around London, like Canary Wharf. 0.
Level 0.
Level 0. And that's it. Alright then guys, I hope you enjoyed day 0 when we went around the Trafford Centre and of course the journey up here to Manchester and also the visit to Manchester Airport. And tomorrow is the real thing. We'll be on our way to Manchester Airport again to get on a flight to Orlando, which will be a 8 hours and 13 minutes. So this is going to be very exciting, and I just hope you enjoyed tomorrow's trip, which will be day 1, the journey over to Orlando. So thank you very much guys for watching. Look after yourselves guys, and I will keep you up to date with more exciting videos that will be coming here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. Until then, have a great night, and I'll see you all again for the next video.